Hey guys, welcome back to our next video. It's your boy Uhraine here. Remember to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, watch those ads, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Now, I remember a few days ago, I posted a video in relation to Canada sending home tens of thousands of international students and not extending their work permit, and as such, they are taking it to the streets. They are protesting, being all out there on the media, everything, saying that, this is unfair or whatever, they're fighting for. Now, I say that to say I saw some comments under that video saying that Uhraine, do not join these protests. And to these persons that, made that statement, I want to ask you a question, right? And that question is, do I look crazy? No. Seriously. When you think me a madman, my Jamaican language, for those, who might not understand, when you think me a madman, when you think I am crazy enough, knowing that I am on a study permit, we're like at the bottom of the immigration system. For me to take up myself, go out in public where right now, sometime it hot and sometime it cold. I don't even like to be outside. You think I am stupid enough to go out there, put myself on media in articles so that immigration officer can start to watch me? No, man. I like my freedom. When they are doing their thing, I'm just sitting back, doing my thing. You understand? Me have school to attend to. My focus right now is on my school. You understand? My focus right now is getting a 4.0 GPA. My focus right now is on my health. My focus right now is on my mental stability. That is where my focus is right now. I have no time to be involved or tied up into any protests. Right, and I have already gave my 2 cents on what I see that's going on, and I can say that, hey, the Canadian government has their right to send international students back home. Like, they never promised us any permanent residence, they never promised us any citizenship. It's a case where, okay, we come here on a study permit, and unlike even the States, Canada make it good for us as international students to gain international experience here in Canada and can go back home with experience in our field. Unlike the States, usually once you're finished study, that is it. No work experience after no, work permit, it just send you back home. Canada give us the option where, okay, we're depending on how long our studies is, we get a 3-year work permit. So if like for myself, just using myself as an example, I am doing a diploma program in accounting where at the end of my studies, I will get a 3 years postgrad work permit to get that international experience. At the end of that, right, me have to go back on my yard. That is the contract between myself and Canada, right? I come do my studies, get my postgrad work permit, and to note as well, in the event that an international student fails to comply with their study permit regulations, if you try to breach any of the outlines in your study permit contract, then you will not be granted a postgrad work permit. Let me tell you that. So for example, if you work over the required hours a week, which is 20 hours a week, you will be denied a postgrad work permit because you are not required to work over that. And once you're denied a postgrad work permit, you basically mess yourself up and you just have to go back home straight away, right? As long as I keep, within my means of my study permit, I will be granted my postgraduate work permit, and from there, I get my work experience, right? And furthermore, the Canadian government, again, they make it possible for us as international students to use that work experience combined with our education, as well as, they take other factors into consideration when, you know, issuing permanent residence to, you know, immigrants. They take into consideration your work experience, as I just mentioned, your level of education, your age, your language proficiency, which is obviously English and French. That's the two official languages in Canada, right? They take as well into consideration if you have any family that are citizens or residents here, and they also take into consideration if, and look, this point that I'm going to make is very important. They take into consideration if you have any foreign work experience. And when I say foreign, I mean back in your home country. Like, did you gain any work experience in your home country that you're taking into Canada with you? They look into things like that to put you in the pool, see how much points they get, right? And based on the points, they will give you an invitation to apply for residency. You understand? And that's why I am encouraged. So if you're an international student and you're watching this video and unfortunately you just don't meet the requirements for residency right now, try to get yourself in order. If you have to go back home, just go back home peacefully. Don't try to protest, because then you're just going to draw more attention to yourself. And you don't want to be in a case where immigration starts to watch you closely, because that might, you know, if you even had a chance to get residency, that will reduce your chances dramatically, like maybe close to zero or zero. You understand? So if it's a case where, okay, you cannot get the residency in time, you understand, then just go back home. If that's the last option, just go back home. And as I tell you, if you go back home, work in your country, gain the foreign experience, you can always apply for residency again. You know what I'm saying, guys? So it's not like you have to be in Canada. You don't have to be on Canadian soil to apply for the permanent resident. Like, you can go back home and start a job, make some money. Like, again, life doesn't stop right there. Go back home and start a job, make some money, and get more qualifications. You understand? Like, you know, use a degree that you get from here, from Canada. Go back home to your home country. I'm sure your home country will for sure appreciate international education, right? So it shouldn't be too hard to get a job, especially if you also left Canada with work experience. It should be very, very easy to going back home to getting a job. Of course, depending on where you come from. And again, going back home to getting a job doesn't mean that you have to work for a company in your home country. Again, this is what, the 21st century? Things are now different. You can always work for an American company or a company in Europe, online jobs. You understand? You work online from your comfort of your home, and you're still getting the necessary work experience in your field. So even if your country lacks job opportunities, like the internet is so wide these days that you can literally just go on, look for remote jobs in your field, and you get something. And get what I'm saying? If you're an accountant like me, there's always someone that wants their books to get done, their payables, their receivables, etc. You know, taxes, if you know taxes. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You can always find a job. And once you find this job, you're building yourself to be more qualified when it comes on to the competitiveness in the Canadian residency. So it doesn't make sense to go out, do a protest, and know that, yo, immigration might start. Watch you closely. And if they start to watch you, you understand? Because, yeah, you have the right to do a protest, but then it becomes unfair when you know that you signed the contract saying, oh, you come here to study, and once you agree to your study permit rules and regulations, you'll get to work, you'll get a work permit, and then after that, that's it. You know, if you qualify for residency, good. If not, you just go back home. So if you know, say you have to go back home, and you don't qualify for residency right now, and you're out there protesting, you know, that's it for you. That's completely it. Like, you can't blame immigration for that. You understand? Remember, it wasn't a case where they say, okay, you come and study and get residency. That was not the case. You understand? And I say that over and over. And I know that I'm an international student as well. And if it comes to the case where I have to go back home, the greatest thing that I want to secure myself with before going back home is having a quality education that will, no matter wherever I go, I will be employable. That's the greatest asset anyone can have right now. And once you're employable, you work for some years, save your money, invest your money. Like at the age of 20 right now, I already have 3 investments account. Like, let me tell you guys some of my business, right? I already have 3 investments account. You get what I'm saying? And all of this is done through my Scotia account, right? I have a tax-free savings account. I have a Monument Plus savings account. You understand? And I have, you know, the normal day trading where I use my Scotia account to do trading online, invest in companies, Apple stocks, you know, different kind of stocks. You get what I'm saying? So it's like at the age of 20, I am already generating my assets to just grow over time. I had my my TFSA approximately 6 months ago, and up to this point I have seen great returns on my TFSA. You understand? Like, I've seen good returns and I haven't even done much in my TFSA. My Monument Plus, I've seen good returns on my Monument Plus, right? I know stocks, stocks go up and down every now and then. So it's like, hey, start your life from now, so that whenever you reach a different point in life, you're already set and ready to take on that next level of your stage of your life. You understand? So it's like, don't let because of Canada you're not getting residency, that's it. Be the person that will be employable. Be the person that employers will want to seek, not you will want to seek for a job. They want to seek for you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, be that person. That's what I'm trying to get myself. I'm trying to get myself to make, oh, Canada want me, not me want Canada. You understand? Like, that's where I aim to put myself. Like, that's the level that I want to be on. I might not be there right now, but that's why I have my laptop right here. And that's why each day I try to study as much as I can, try to know my profession, try to be an expert in my profession, so that way I'll be of use to basically anybody. And then, as I was saying, as it relates to in my investments account, I build my assets so that one day it will be a case where, you know, someone else will have to work for me. And that's the aim. That's the aim. Someone else will have to work for me. I'll have my registered business. Maybe I'll have even one back home, right? I'll have one in Canada, one in the States, all businesses all over. That is the end goal, not to limit yourself to just one area. Because look, remember guys, as international students leaving Canada, you have already made your mark in Canada just by even being here. And that's just a bit like being here in Canada, like you've already made your mark. Getting a education, higher level education in Canada is even greater. And work experience, Canadian work experience, you will always have ties to the country. Like, you will always have some ties to the country. Especially if you come here as young as I was. I came here when I was 18. I've been here since I was 18. Now I'm 20, right? And, you know, they like to see that, oh, you've been here for such a long time. Okay, yeah, you know, you're getting used to our values and all that. You know, you have work experience first, you understand our education system. Like, you basically have ties to the country. So, like, even if you go back home, you can always visit from time to time. And again, there's always, like, work permits. You know, when you go back home, there's always options to get more work permits. You know, so much different pathways in which you can always take back yourself here. But if it's a case where, okay, they're saying, okay, guys, there's no time to go home because your contract or your work permit is done, that's it, man. Like, that's just it. You understand? Like, that's just it. Like, yeah, it might not be the best, but hey, life does not stop there. There's so much things that we can achieve in life, you know? And again, the greatest thing that I'm happy for coming here is that I'm getting an international education. Just like what I put down in my study permit, I'm getting to experience this different life. And let me tell you something, this is a part of my life that I'll always remember, because I've learned so much just by being in Canada. Like, I know around different persons from like different areas of the world. You know, I've seen how to do things from different perspectives. And just as what I said in my study permit, when I take these perspectives back to my home country, I'm sure that it will be useful to the work organization in which I will be going into. You understand? Just like what I mentioned in my study permit, that, hey, I want to come here for the diversity, to see a different perspective, you know, to see how, you know, things are done differently in the world of business, etc., and get myself back to my home country. That's what I said in my permit, you know? Yeah. And right now, as I said, I'm doing a diploma. My plan is after my diploma, work for some years. Again, on my postgraduate permit, which I will be obtaining as long as I don't, which I won't, like, mess up my study permit. And then, like, after I work for some years, I want to save some money over the time. You get what I'm saying? I want to save some money. I might even have to live below my means, like way below my means, because I might have to even give up this apartment and probably go back to like roommate settings. You understand? Live with a roommate, save back money, make enough money so I can pay for my tuition to go to finish my bachelor's degree. You understand? Here in Canada. So as soon as, and not even when my work permit, before my postgrad is even up, I will go ahead to apply for a study permit again. So I'll go back over on a study permit even before my postgrad work permit up. So I'll have both my postgrad and study permit at the same time again. And by the time I'm finished with my work permit and I'm already done, I should be already done with my bachelor's degree. And from there, like, hey, if I want to go on to CPA school, I'll have enough work experience to be admitted into CPA school. Get my CPA, which is not going to be very easy. Like, you guys always hear me talk about CPA. To obtain a CPA, which is a Chartered Professional Accountant license, that's like one of the highest orders. I mean, there are other levels, but like that's like one of the highest licensed accountant. It's not going to be easy. But again, put my mindset to it. It's in the right place. I'm heading towards that direction. Once I get my CPA, like, I do not have to stay in Canada at all. Like, I could go anywhere in the world. And that is what I want to encourage international students to do. Make yourself employable anywhere in the world, so in the event that you have to leave Canada, it will not feel a burden to you knowing that you can go somewhere else. If you don't want to go back home because of maybe back home, challenges are hard, maybe it's not even challenges, maybe it's because of crime, you might be scared. You can always go somewhere else. I know it might be starting over, but hey, you might never know what might be in a different country for you. You understand? So you can always go somewhere else with even better standards of living than Canada, right? There's so much better places where you can go and start a new life with your education and work experience. You understand? So it's like, you just gotta find ways to motivate yourself. And that's with me, that is the thing with me. Like, I get this start in life. It's for me now to use this opportunity that God had granted me and just find my way through life, that he already set my path. God has already set my path. It's just for me now to find my way through, the minefield. You understand? Once I find my way, then I know everything's going to be good from there. Yeah. So guys, don't be discouraged. Don't protest, especially in an event where you know it's time to go back home. Don't protest. Just get your education, like what you came for. You have the work experience. Go on home, get yourself a job, get yourself more employable, and try again. Understand? Big up on yourself. Uhraine is out. Now, see you guys in my next video.